folks? Dude here, coming to you on yet another occasion of Dude After Dark. And it is going to be a situation which we find ourselves looking at things thusly. I'm still tweaking and tuning and playing with things. So, yeah, hopefully you guys are seeing. So, Donnie C, appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I'm trying a couple things that might be just a little bit different. I usually run the YouTube side, which would be on my laptop over there, where basically this camera, not that camera, but this camera. So basically the Facebook camera is going to be this camera over here, and then the YouTube camera is going to be this one over here. Conversely, I have both of my microphones over here. I have my Blue Yeti and my Blue Snowball running the Blue Snowball on Facebook, the Blue Yeti on the Blue Yeti on the Blue Yeti on Facebook, the Blue Snowball on YouTube. Okay, so now also I'm saying technically that I'm trying the laptop on my 4G network versus my, still doing it. Dang freaking annoying. Well, it's still doing it on the YouTube side, where basically it goes, your stuff is unstable. Never mind the fact that the laptop is literally 3 feet away from my router. Literally, my modem router, call it what you will, 3 feet away. I tend to think that the internet service right now is just kind of jacked up because there's just way too many damn people on it. And, of course, it is what it is because it is just, it's way too many damn people. And, of course, the internet is just, it is what it is. So I'm trying it on the 4G network versus the 5G network. And, of course, I'm seeing it's unstable yet again. So 4G versus 5G, it's still saying damn unstable. Freaking annoying YouTube. Yeah. Abrams, appreciate you hanging out. And Patriot Fever 1776. Dude, I was thinking about you need to rename your show instead of 2020 with Barbara Waters. We call it 3030 with Dude. Could also say 22. No. I can't show firearms on, these videos per se because YouTube doesn't like when you show, stuff that goes and makes noises. Yeah. They don't like when you guns. So you can't do gun handling in a YouTube video, but you could sporadically show them parts of it, I guess. I don't know, like ejection port covers and I don't know, other bits and pieces that probably I shouldn't just drag out and show you guys. Mr. Yost is in the room. Appreciate it, brother. Nerf guns are allowed. So potentially, if you put a real gun in a Nerf gun, would it be Nerf gun handling in a video? Good. Of course, as soon as I'm saying that, I'm getting the connection unstable. I'm getting the connection unstable thing yet again. YouTube, you're freaking annoying me. I'm probably just going to have to go back to the 4G because I think it's a little bit more stable than the other way. But I probably shouldn't run it without just, rebooting the router first. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, I'll just, I'll strip a copy off of Facebook, clean that up, redo it, and then post it up on YouTube as a Dude After Dark better version. So friggin' annoying sometimes. I really, in my heart of hearts, if I had it jacked in with a Cat 5 plug, jacked into my router, I'd probably be better off. But I really haven't done that with the appropriate cordage. I got my home computer set up like that, but not my laptop. Anyway, the AR is a damn BB gun anyhow. Oh, the AK guy is going on about stuff. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine because I actually happen to have a Colt upper in 7.62x3.9. So I go both ways. I'm, let's see, bicultural? No, that would be, let's see, sexual. I'm bicaliber. That's what it is. I'm bicaliber. I'll shoot a 5.56 weapon system in 7.62x3.9. There you go. I'm bicaliber. I'm bi. Yes. Not biased, but I'm bicaliber. There we go. All right. So anyway, looking at stuff in the way, shape, and form which things are looking at. Everybody is still kirking out. I got an older friend of mine who's retired, owns his own home, and he's still like, well, these guys are freaking me out, blah, 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 blah. It's like, stop watching the news. Just stop watching the news, okay? If you're watching this stuff, you're just going to freak yourself out, and it's not good stuff, all right? Just don't do it, all right? Just don't, okay? Don't. Because every time you do, things are going to be happening and blah, 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 blah. And, don't do these things to yourself, okay? The screaming media, news media is known for what it is because, they are, okay? There's not anything different about them. And, they are what they are. And as soon as you turn that TV on, it
was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you're feeling. As soon as you turn that TV on, you can just say,
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Exactly. Don't do that to yourself. How else can I shoot a Nerf gun at CNN? No, dude, there's nothing wrong with the 30-30 there, Patriot favorite. There's nothing wrong with the 30-30, okay? As a matter of fact, I actually do own a Marlin lever gun, but it is a 39A 1950s vintage with micro grooves, so it's 57-58, and it is a lever rifle. That is the one lever gun that I have in my collection. I have no problem whatsoever with the 30-30 cartridge. I have no problem with the 35 Remington. I have no problem with 45 Colt, 44 Magnum, 357 Magnum, 40-40, or 100. There was a passel of them, There truly was a mess of cartridges that were put in lever guns. Waiting for this thing to get from the unstable. Oh, man. This is really, truly annoying me. So like I said, basically all of these old classic lever gun cartridges, I have no problem with whatsoever. I have no problem with lever guns. As a matter of fact, modern iterations, I have no problem with the Henry. The Henry I actually think is kind of cool too because it actually has two means of reloading it. You basically can do like the big 22 long rifle where you unscrew the end cap, pop out the tube, drop the cartridges in basically the cartridge holder, like your classic Winchester, your classic Marlin setup. They finally came around and said, yeah, people want to side load their weapons. Okay. Personally, want to go in all John Wayne with the upcoming game of Cowboys and Libtards. Yeah. Well, there's also, I know they're Abrams 44-40. I know. Your classic iteration of the lever gun is, if you guys know your history, Hiram Maxim, also known as the father of the suppressed weapon system, literally the guy that actually figured out the best way to make a suppressor physically work on a gun. His first iterations were actually on lever guns. That's right. That Hiram Maxim, like the Maxim machine gun, that guy, Hiram Maxim, when he designed suppressors, the first thing he put them on was lever guns. And they worked just fine because a lever gun does not need anything in terms of the cartridge interaction to make the weapon to function. You simply shoot it, rack the lever, put another round in the chamber, rack the lever until such time that you're out, reload, and go from there. And, of course, as many times as which you truly wish to, basically do everything that you truly wish to do to the target side. Now, no, sound guy, no. There is no fully automatic lever gun. Stop that, okay? Sound guy, stop. Just stop, okay? He's in the mood tonight, folks. Anyway, so, the lever gun is hugely popular. As a matter of fact, they also have a problem down in the land down under. He's in a mood, folks. Anyway, like I said, land down under, Australia, call it what you will. They are stuck with lever action shotguns. So the shotguns that we get, like the OK 12 gauges and 20 gauges, I guess they would be, they're okay. I wouldn't say they're like Remington or, like other make, like level of quality. Basically, I would never say it's on the same level as like, Benelli at all. But anyway, they're stuck with not having a pump action. They're not stuck having a semi-automatic, but they're stuck with a lever gun or a bolt action shotgun. So not the fastest, but if you think about it, those straight pull weapons are actually pretty dang quick, especially if you got the straight pull on the non-driver side and you can keep your hand in the pistol grip trigger area. You can actually work that thing pretty dang quick and get the rounds down range. Was invented by, yes. Good old Tater Digger gun. Colt 1895 was St. Browning. Absolutely. John Moses Browning, also known as the Gun God, was invented by, but of course. So yeah, I mean, there's some things that pretty much just from the way in the mechanizations of the government, which they do stuff, unfortunately, you're stuck with their means and mechanizations because you cannot. No, dude, no, that one sucked. No, that one was not good. That's the one we wanted. Right, the M16 burst, not. No, that sounds like a keyboard player going. No, that's weak, man. That's weak. Okay, I don't like that one. That one was Yeah, that one was most definitely. Yeah, that was the caca sound effect. We don't need that one. Anyway, so looking at things as it is and were as it were. I was trying to convey to this older gentleman, and he is one of my Facebook friends. He's as fun as the first recovery. And I can tell you from personal experience, having 3 knee operations, knee surgery sucks. And I do mean sucks on a very, very high level. And it is just, it's one of those things you go into surgery, you're just going, ugh. Yeah, you're definitely screaming no. It is not good to get knee surgery. It's just bad. Okay, it's not a fun thing to do. The surgery itself is done, but you come out of there and the recovery is really a fairly long time. And if you do it, I would suggest that you have.
I've got balls of steel.
Well, yeah, that helps too. But that wasn't exactly where I was going, sound guy. No, that was not where I was thinking. Because you're going to surgery and you get that stuff done. Oh, dude, definitely. You are. Knee surgery is not.
Death by snoo-snoo.
Oh, it is most definitely not snoo-snoo. No, you're feeling like you got snoo-snooed, but not in the proper area of snoo-snoo application. Correct. That was more like, uh-oh, bad snoo-snoo. Bad snoo-snoo. Bad snoo-snoo approaching. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. All hail John Browning. Most definitely. So, yeah, he's recovering from that. And I was trying to convey to him, I'm like, dude, they're going on and on about those hard-charging crap about, oh, yeah, Biden gets in and all these executive orders, all this gun control, he'll be ramming down everybody's throat and now be suffering the wrath of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And you know what? I'm kind of not really seeing it as anything but more just a case of, hang on a sec, let's get this in a proper sequence here. I think if Biden tries, you're going to get.
But I moved from there.
Yeah, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're definitely going to get it, Mr. Joe Biden. You're definitely going to get it. Mostly because you are trying to do something with a basically evenly matched Congress, a very, very close Congress. The Senate is basically evened up. The Supreme Court is now pretty much fairly conservative. And it can be said that pretty much I've been saying it to pretty much everybody. It's going to be gridlock, and hopefully it is hardcore gridlock because nobody wants anything to. Wow, that was a close one there, sound guy. Anyway, but nobody wants any kind of gun control because even I'm gonna do it. Even Bill Clinton admitted it was the worst thing he ever did for the 1994 Gun Control Act assault weapon ban because it cost him 40 plus seats in Congress. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, there's a very good reason why. Mostly because they just did a poll. And let me find if I can't find this. I'll do a real quick search. Wrong keyboard, of course. I hate when I do that. I'm looking at the one thing and I'm punching into the other thing. So let's just do a real quick look here. And they just did a poll, and then do you mean like November 16th? This thing is posting up at, and the support for stricter U.S. gun control laws is at the lowest level since 2016. So, a lot of people that actually want gun control right now, and the more strict versus the kept as they are is looking really, really not great for, the Democrats to say, yeah, we're going to throw down all this hardcore legislation. We're going to ban XYZ and all these other things that nobody else should ever really have because we don't like them in the first place. And they look mean and they hold too much and they go bang, bang too loud. And, gun control. And you can tell this to any Democrat that wants to get his nuts in a twist. Democrats, you better listen hard on this one. Gun control is a losing proposition politically. And if you try to institute it with a gun population in the United States of 400 million plus items, we ain't giving them up. We're not giving them back, and there are personal property. You don't get to go after the fact going, well, gee, you own this stuff, and now we're going to put this secondary legislation and taxation upon it. That is not going to fly and fly well. You got to remember, president might be in office, and if Biden gets in, he's got 2 years to play games. After those 2 years, there will be half the House of the Congress up for re-election or boot. So, the numbers are really, really, really close now. So you Democrats might want to take note, and you might want to listen really, really hard. If you put in some gun control, potentially you are asking people to boot you in the ass and put you back on the street where you belong. Logan Ray, appreciate you coming on by, dude. Let's see. Abram saying in the room, if you look closely enough, the AK-47 is an M1 with 180 gas piston, and keep your bang sticks near. I've always seen the way around, mostly because the Dragunov is really kind of a DMR. It's really not like a product improved version of the AK. It's really not like a sniper rifle. It's more of a taking care of other people's crap, kind of making them unhappy about it. DMR. It's not accurate enough to be a sniper rifle. The AK itself, in terms of its guts and its functioning, it's just a long stroke piston, dude. It's really not that much different than like a potato digger Colt or like any of those old classic machine guns. Rotating, half rotating, quarter rotating, 2-lug bolt systems have been around for freaking ever. Remember, bolt action rifles started out with 1 lug, became 2 lugs, and then became multi-lug. So a 2-lug rotating bolt with the extractor based in one of the bolt heads, lugs, it's not that different. Watch Brandon Herrera. Brandon Herrera does not impress me, dude, at all. And he's the guy that said, I'm going to make a 50 caliber AK. No. Every time he's actually done the videos and said, here's my example of how far I've gotten with this, I have not been impressed with his execution. No. Mark Serbu. Now, that is the guy you want to basically build your semi-automatic 50 caliber weapon system. That's the guy. His BFR works nicely. Or BFA. Forget which one it is. BFR, BFA. Excuse me. This water bottle brings me to another secondary rant. You go to the store and you buy the case of water, right? And every single one of those bottles is like brimming to the absolute top, to the point where you're like opening it very carefully. It's still, it still drips on you. Dude, airspace is not an issue with water, okay? A little bit less, please, because these bottles are just, they're half at this point. But the extra water is always like, it's like, oh, man, stop. You wind up with water in your crotch trying to open a stupid bottle of soda. Annoying. But yeah, Brandon Herrera, sorry, just does not do it for me. Mark Serbu, on the other hand, is the guy that I'm very impressed with. And I actually got an invitation from him. I was making a comment in one of his videos, and I said, dude, I'll go down to Florida. I'd love to check out your place sometime. He's like, come on by. It's like, nice. Yeah, man, he's definitely one of those cool gun guys who makes interesting stuff. And they're personable. I mean, anybody that says, "Yeah, man, come on down," in video comments on YouTube, I gotta get cute. I think she's married or something, but she's cute. She's fun. They call her 50 cal Val. So you have this little skinny chick shooting a 50 caliber rifle. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Abram, I know that name thanks to Gun Jesus. Yes. Ian McComb. He actually had his last Q&A video. He actually told why he is a Scot of high measure. And, basically describes the area in Scotland, tells the tale of, how the family came over and all the rest of that fun stuff. His family's actually been in country for a long time. I think it's his great going back 1700s or something is when, the great came over from Scotland. And I'm more recent vintage than that. My grandparents read my mom's parents. They both came over from Europe. My dad's parents, the mother had been in country for a long time, obviously, going down from the ethers. And my dad's family, I think, actually was more in the Midwest, but they've actually been in country for a long time. So I'm actually a new product on the quote, my sister's, where she was doing the 23andMe or whatever the hell it is. I'm not giving up my DNA to these guys, but she actually did do it. And, obviously traced it back and said, obviously my granddad was actually from one area. My grandmother was from another area, sourced very, very well. And, actually with the genealogy, did the name tracing and, the census data and all that stuff. And, literally traced it back that, they both were new people coming in country. And my dad's side actually was fairly well established to a degree. It's actually a little harder to source my dad's side than my mom's side. 50 cal Val snoo eligible. And you know what? I don't think she is snoo eligible, but she is cute. She is cute. And a little skinny chick holding a 50 caliber rifle. That's just fun. That's just fun. And, it says basically, she's not afraid to throw out some hardcore ammunition downrange and doesn't mind major recoil. But that's one of the other cool things about Serbu's stuff is it's well designed. I mean, shooting his 50 caliber rifles at his semi-automatic 50 caliber, it really is just like a giant AR-15, truly. I mean, you look at it, it's basically got the big honking bolt carrier, the tri-lug bolt head, and then if you look at the front of it, from the front of the receiver to the back of the barrel, there is some exposed gas tube. Not one of my favorite design tweaks about that one, but if you think about it, that's one of the reasons why they say the AR, they say, is so accurate, is because pretty much the entire gas system is this little flippy piece of steel tubing that really doesn't change the harmonics of the barrel all that much. And now I know, Aaron, you're not going to be happy about hearing this one, but the slow motion videos of an AK-47 looks like a snake vomiting. It's like you see the barrel going and the receiver is going. It basically almost looks around. Everything's kind of bending and twisting and undulating and oscillating. And yes, I know the AR barrel does oscillate as well. I mean, all barrels do oscillate at terms of firing. They literally kind of almost do like this, bullwhip thing. The AK-47, sploing. It's kind of doing like the wave, man. Look at the slow motion videos. I ain't lying. But, if you actually set up an AK for accuracy, and I've seen an AK set up for accuracy, they actually will shoot. If you're using box stock Russian, throw the bullet into them from, whereverville kind of a, loading process, yeah, you're going to get 6 to 8 inch groups at, 200 yards, maybe. If you're lucky to get a 3 or 4 inch group at 100 yards, maybe. 3 or 4 MOA is pretty much about as good as you're going to get with an AK box stock with box stock open the tin can ammo. It'll still function every flipping trip of the train, but it ain't going to be a match rest gun. Let's see. I don't care for her ability to shoot ammo. Oh, jeez. Well, you got to have a chick that's at least practical, man. You got to have a chick that's not afraid to shoot the firearms. I'm a fan of the Yugo AKM, AK-74, and AK-107. Yeah, all interesting stuff. MAZ, appreciate you coming on by, man. Or ma'am, whomever, but I appreciate you coming by in any case. Good stuff. You all hanging out with me tonight. Let me go to my stack of stuff here and take a look. See what I got. Let's see. Scroll. It's been bounced around a bit. And I don't know if it's good information, bad information, but this whole thing about, the German server that got raided by the special forces, that's not going away. I mean, I know that, YouTube hasn't really liked it much, and I know Google, and I know for a fact Google's been trying to squash that story. And Google was like, it's fake. It doesn't exist. Go back over here to Snopes. They'll tell you it's fake. It's, fact check all the rest of this falderall. Not into it, dude. That's what I usually do. My new maneuver is I'm obnoxious enough to do this one and show Google the error of their ways. I'll go into Google and I'm like searching for something, and it's not giving me the results I want. And I'm like, okay, fine. Bing, Bing, and it goes, oh yeah, here's the link for Bing. So I use Google to then go to Bing to then search for stuff that I was looking for. Now, here was the problems looking up that the German server story. Was I was looking for it on Google. I found bad results, and I said, you know what? Let me go check it out over here on Bing. Bing gave me, sketchy results. I was like, all right, fine. My last remaining good search engine that usually does work, Safe Search. Didn't do anything for me. I was like, all right, fine. I'm going to go pull it out of the ethers. And let me hang on a second. I'm going to find the appropriate sound effect here. Let's see. Oh, I can't play that one. If I play that one, I'm definitely going to get a copyright hit. You know what? No, it's not No Zone. I like this one. I'm not going to use that one. Okay, I'll tell you where I went. I went over to DuckDuckGo. So the funny thing about DuckDuckGo is DuckDuckGo actually uses Google search engine, but with different search parameters. So I did find some interesting information. So here's the story that supposedly is now that they're trying to squash. The raw data on the server seized by the U.S. military in Frankfurt, Germany. They're trying to squash that. And they're trying to say, oh, no, Joe Biden won this one. It wasn't even close, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is when you see the vote results and they flip over 180, things are sketchy. Joe Biden's name clicked off and nothing else. That's a clue something is going just a little bit, just more than a little bit. Anyway, so that's the way we got that right there, because the U.S. news media will just, when they hear the name Joe Biden. Oh, no, sound guy, no! Oh, we didn't need that one, okay? I guess they had a good time. All right, so anyway, look at the things as it is. Truly, there's a lot of specious information out there, and it's being publicized as fact when it's really, truly not the correct thing at all, because the U.S. news media does not certify the presidential results. Ever. As a matter of fact, they were going on and on and on and on and on about how much, Al Gore won for 37 days. Al Gore won. There's no way in the world that, Al Gore didn't win, blah, 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 blah. I remember hearing it the whole time it was going on. All you heard was 24/7 of Al Gore won. Al Gore won. There's no way in the world Al Gore didn't win. And it was marked in the fact that they were so wrong with the results. And of course, Florida had the votes tallied. Of course, had to go to court and everything. So all this stuff that they're saying right now about, how much, Trump lost, how much Trump this, that, and the other thing, but the 92% of the stuff on the news media is negative about Trump. Donald. Not going to stop being how it is. They just hate his guts, okay? It's just how it is. Patriot Fever. Hillary heard about that server, but the internet is pure truth, I heard. Night folks got to get up at 02:30. All right, Abrams, catch you next time, brother. It is on review on Facebook and YouTube. Don't even worry about that. If you can miss, this part going forward, just come on back and watch it at your leisure. That's why I archive these things. So anyway, they're going on and on and on and on about, how much, Trump lost, how much, Biden won. And if nothing else, you can simply just look at the gatherings. Of course, the screaming Mimiite liberals are never going to want to gather in public, but yet, huge protests never, ever contributed to COVID-19. But huge Trump gatherings, oh my, everybody was just spreading that germ everywhere. So in lieu of seeing things for what it is and just basically practicing practical, truthful, just observation, I would say if a group of people of one stripe is gathering or a group of people of another stripe is gathering, you're going to have the same kind of people basically contributing whatever amount of sickness, bougies, call it what you will, to one another, okay? That's just how it is, okay? You're not going to basically have one group of people hanging out and they're not going to give anything to anybody because, well, they're of a different political stripe and a different strata of, existence in society, and they're completely different animals. And there's no way in the world that they would ever create anything that's going to cause a problem to one another because they are those guys who are immune or they are a different strata of existence, and they will never, ever give anything to anybody because they're completely different. It's crap. It's really just crap. You can't really say that only one group of people is going to give something to somebody and not another group is going to give something else to somebody, one another, or it's a disingenuous assertion for the news media on one side, rah-rahing for one group and, trying to pee on the other group. So that's the way that one is on that one. Okay. Let's see. Scroll. Abrams saying, do note that the Russian doctrine was to shoot for the stomach and family jewels, not headshots. Well, headshot with an AK. Well, yeah, okay. Not exactly a sniper rifle. All right, I do have fun with that one. Scrolly. I've been posting up a lot of memes. I really have been doing good news stories per se. But there is some interesting stuff. Like I said about, like the guys going on about, well, Trump's going to be out. Biden can stick all this gun control in. Don't do it. Don't do it. And as a matter of fact,
the following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Joe Biden.
Parental discretion is advised.
Joe Biden.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Joe Biden.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
You are going to get it shoved square up your keister if you do gun control. Believe that. Thank you, Jets. All right, so there was a guy. I'm not going to read all his information on this video, but it is posted up on my timeline. Like 2 days ago, I posted this up. There is a... how do I express this without being like... well... How do I express how bad this guy really, truly is?
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Well, yeah, there is that. But this guy is really just a total piece of... yeah, he's one of those guys. Stabler. Stabler. And he resides in Michigan. And that's all I'm going to say about the guy. But what he did was he doxed Trump's legal team, threaten their families, and put all their information out, which is literally what just doxing is. You put the information out there and you rah-rah somebody else to do your dirty work because you were too much of a head. Yeah, you're just too much of one of those. So anyway, looking at things as it is, that little...
You dick.
Yeah. Ned Stabler.
You dick.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, retard alert, class.
Yeah, that guy. He was one of those, how do I say? Okay, technologically enabled individuals who is enabling other people to then cause mayhem for the Trump legal team. And that's about as much as I could possibly say without just getting more into it with all this personal information. But if you guys do want to contact him and let him know that your views are not quite aligned with his views, well, his information is up on Facebook. And it's on my timeline on Facebook. So if you want to contact him and let him know what you think of his, how do I even say this without cussing like a sailor? His extracurricular efforts to further dissent against those people he disagrees with, that's about as good as I'm going to make it. If you can let him know exactly what you think of him. And you can actually, you know what? If unfortunate packages of like embarrassing items started winding up at his house, it'd be very, very unfortunate. I would truly hate if something like that happened. But Amazon is not unhappy to send marital 1-gallon jug of anal ease would be perfect. Yeah, I think a gallon jug of anal ease would be perfect for that guy. So he opens up the box and is like, I didn't order this. Nah, buddy, you didn't order this. That's where you got the gift receipt in there. Try to return that. That's going to be really fun. Logan says he was in Minneapolis for the 2000 election, was given an opportunity at the poll to vote even after I told him I was Canadian. Wow. Nasty, dude. Yeah. Bad state. Barry Cation, appreciate you coming on by, brother. Have lots of freshly used diapers done. Well, no, because then that problem is you're sending them potentially pathogenically not good stuff. But if you were to send him a container of, something utilized by, I don't know, the gay guys, or a double-ended nightstick-looking marital aid, that would probably just, one of those guys. It's like, here, buddy, use this for what it's worth. Or something else with a set of batteries going, let your imagination run wild, and you could always mail him off something cute. Speaking of Amazon, I think we bring ourselves to another occasion of, well, I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'll give you guys a review because we have yet another case of, I got to, guys. I got to do it because if I don't do it, who will? That's what I do, okay? Because I have to. This one here. Oh man. Yeah, buddy. This guy right here. This one right here. This is the Read the, and they say it like on the box. You can see it for what it's worth. Hang on a second here. You can see it for what it's worth. It is the Cup of Noodle original with kanji. And you know what? I didn't translate the kanji. I should have done that, but oh well. This one is the original, literally the original cup of noodles that put them on the map. Now, I had one of these earlier. The numbers on it is but I mean, it's 310 calories, like 1,530 milligrams of sodium. So you see why I'm hydrating. But the thing about it is this one blows the other ones out of the park. And I'm not even saying it's even close. I found these at Walmart, and I actually ordered some online before I found them at Walmart, which kind of really tweaked me a little bit. The purchase price I got them for on Amazon was not ridiculous. So I'm not crying too loud. Obviously, I got Prime, so I didn't pay for shipping. But these guys in Walmart are only $124. Now, the cool thing about it is you open this thing up, and it's like 3 times the noodles. It has shrimp on there. It's got actual pieces of beef in there. Is it really that much better than your standard cup of noodles? The broth is maybe just a little hint more spicy. It's very close to the original flavor, but the other inducements they put in here and the way more noodles out of the park. If you can find this stuff, get this stuff. The cup of noodles original, I'm going to say out of 5 stars, it's an easy 4.5. The only reason why I would say that it's missing that last half a star is it probably should have had a little bit more shrimp or other yummies in there. But this one, This one rocks. Guess what? I had one of them earlier, and it actually was satisfying, where normally you're like scarfing the things down going, oh, man, I wish there was more. I need something else to eat besides this. This one was actually not too terribly unsatisfying. And the thing about it is I actually cheated it. I didn't make it in the microwave. I basically just ran the water in here from my Keurig unit. So I basically just hit the hot water button, filled it up to, the fill line, or just a little bit actually under. And it was fairly substantial. It actually was a decent meal when made correctly. And I commend it to you. Definitely get yourself, or at least try, the Cup of Noodles original, and you will not be an unhappy capper. This thing was good. So I'm now 2 for 2 with the curry and with the original one. Both of them were quite tasty, and both of them are worthy of your notice. And the beauty of it is they're actually the Japanese market ones. So if they sucked in Japan, do you think they would sell like crazy? Dates and shipped over there? I think. Let me keep myself honest here. Pull on the peepers. Let's see. Produced by Nissan Foods Company Incorporated, 2001, North Rosecrans Ave, Gardenia, California, 90249. So just like the curry ones, these guys are made in the United States and then shipped over to Japan. Because if you think about it, a boat trip from California to Japan, you're basically just driving across the Pacific. You're right there. So that one works too. These are decent, man. Definitely try these guys out. This is good stuff. What's the difference? What's the difference between that and AOC's panty drawer? Oh, jeez. Logan was saying the guy who asked him to vote was giving him the creeps. Political guys, man, they are some very, very. That was worthy. That was definitely worthy. Try that one out. I think you will not be disappointed. Let's see. Patriot Fever. I know what date right next time with Miss Patriot, Cup of Noodles, and Snoo Double Win. Yes, definitely. Yes. Definitely. If you present this to Mrs. Patriot, I think you'll definitely find yourself with some Snoo. I don't know, man. The curry. Definitely the curry is like out of the park as well. The curry to me is 5 stars. It is. It is just that good. Let's see. Scroll. I found this one meme and I had to post it up. And I thought it was absolutely on point, perfect what to say in any occasion for all these political hacks, screaming memeite, state government pukes that want to throw everybody to the wolves and, of course, put in their own little control functions in. And it was just a great meme, and I had to steal it and post it up. And it says simply this: for the record, I won't be turning in my neighbors or any businesses for breaking the quote-unquote rules. I will be minding my own business. That's perfect, man. That is absolutely how it should be. No other way around it. You don't need to stick your snoot in where it doesn't belong. Just stop, okay? Anytime you deal with any of this, oh, yeah, turn in these guys if you observe them, blah, blah, blah. That is absolute crap. There's no way in the world you need to screw anybody else over because you want to play brown shirt or Hitler Youth style tactics upon them. If you do, let's see. Scroll. It was something else I found. I thought it was kind of good about Thanksgiving and basically if other people are in larger groups, you don't say squat. Larger groups of cars parked out of somebody's house, you don't report them. Yeah, that's just being a decent person and not like a suck up to the control freak element of the I don't know if I would say a political party, but I would say control freak idiots of the political persuasion. Let's just keep it as that. That works. Let's see. Scrolly. In my own state, we have Governor Larry Hogan. I just refer to him as Squishy. And there's a reason why I call him Squishy. It's because he is. He's basically one of these on the level. Yeah, he's on the level of Mitt Romney of suck up to the Democrat kind of Republicans. And I think it's hilarious because, you know, the Democrats here are like, oh, I love Hogan. He's the best. He's just, it's like, yeah, because he's not a Republican. He's a squishy milquetoast, bend over, grab his ankles, kind of a politician that really doesn't stand for anything. The guy will just do anything. Why? Because he insists that, well, by making deals with the other side, stuff gets done. Yeah, let's just look at that on its face. In the state of Maryland, the state Congress, the state Senate, pretty much every other major seat in the state of Maryland is run, held, or pretty much Democrat. Okay, it's just all there is to it. They're, you know, yeah, they just basically smack his paw, and he's rendered moot anyway. So him coming out and brown-nosing the Democrats accomplishes nothing. Oh, did I mention the fact that also he's a lame duck, 2-term governor? In the state of Maryland, you can only run 2 terms. That's it. You're done. 2 terms, you are kaput. And not like you come in later and you run again for, you know, governor. You are done. 2 terms. That's it. I don't know. Maybe you can run later, but 2 terms consecutively, you're done. You can't run again in the state of Maryland. That's it. So he's on his 2nd term, and he's looking to get, you know, kaputted. And so he's sucking up to the Democrats, and he's screwing us yet again for well, their numbers are rising. But I mean, let me give you the double-ended, absolutely politically suck-up style of governance that this guy is known for. I mean, this is about the easiest way to say it about Hogan. Let me find the actual quote here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, quote from Governor Hogan. Quote, our statewide metrics do not yet warrant taking drastic immediate actions, Hogan said. Quote, but, however, upticks in some of our metrics here and the spiking numbers in some other states do place us once again at a pivotal moment in this fight. It's either one way or the other, dude. Either we're screwed completely, hosed, bent over, boar hogged, call it what you will, or we are pre-existing at a certain level and other states, and nobody's coming from those states here. I don't know why anybody would come to Maryland to puke, but let alone, you know, basically go, I got to come to Maryland. And so this was a little bit of a for a, hey, man, you better not come here for Thanksgiving because you're going to be bringing your bougies from other places and sharing it. I got bad news for you. The genie is out of the bottle. It's not like you come only to Maryland and bring your bougies. The bougies were already here. Yuck. Patriot Fever flipped off Conrad Fitzger when he kicked Illinois up to Tier 3 on Friday. I feel for you, brother, man. You're stuck with him, man. He's. Let me see if I can find the appropriate sound effect. What could you say about Pritzker? Oh, here you go, Pritzker.
Thing sucks.
Yeah, that's it. Bill O'Reilly. Even Maryland is better than Illinois on term limits. Dude, I want to move to Maryland. No, you don't. No, you got better gun laws. Trust me. You don't want to move here because
But I moved from there.
No, sound guy, that was not what I was going to say at all, okay? No, I was going to say if you move to Maryland, you're dealing with a bunch of
You juggling thunder.
exactly. You're dealing with those. Oh, man, no, you don't want Maryland. Trust me, dude. You come here and yeah, right in the sack. You're just going to get it because Maryland is...
You're despicable.
despicable.
Truthfully, completely. And you will not be enjoying.
Death! By snoo snoo!
No, you're going to be getting more than a little bit of big time. Big time. Wow. No, you don't want Maryland, dude. Trust me. One is so jacked up right now. One, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Maryland. Okay, 3 reasons why Maryland is so jacked up right now. Number 1, Democrat rule for in excess of 70 plus years. Even with a Republican governor or 2 Republican governors in the last 30 years, it's made no difference. The state is literally run by the Democrats, them doing everything possible of which to gather power and utilize that which they have to just make it is what it is, and it shall never change. It is what it is. Number 2, it is an artificial economy. There will never, ever be a situation where there's going to be a major housing bust in Maryland in terms of pricing because there is so many government employees around in Maryland. As a matter of fact, Maryland was suffering the potential wrath of an impending outage of government services. Read pretty much everybody was booted out of government service for a while because the budget was so jacked up. Maryland's not crying about the fact that, the government is now shut down. They're crying about the fact that, we're going to be losing $5 million a day in tax revenue from all the income tax collected from the government employees. Now, do the math on that one. $5 million times 365 equals how many billions of dollars a year? They make bank off just that component of the federal government. The third person could be knocked so jacked up is because it is so close to DC. And that's pretty much what it is. I mean, it is an entity that is so close to Washington, D.C. that the sheer proximity of it makes all the outgrowth of the government. Yeah, it's just everywhere, okay? Yeah. The government graft is everywhere. So you get what you get. Blade Trinity is on right now as we speak. Oh yeah, the blank juggling thunder blank. Yeah, that is such a perfect phrase. And I had the hardest time going, how do I clean this up and make it airworthy? Well, I do have the uncut version too, and I got to be really careful which one I'm clicking on because it's like regular version, censored version, and if I click the wrong one, yeah,
Fatality.
yeah, I pulled it out of the ethers, and I didn't mean to do that. So anyway, look at things as it's fitting out and all the good stuff like that there. That's basically why Maryland is so jacked up. And I've said this a million times, but if Mrs. Dude was not a career government employee, I wouldn't be residing in Maryland. Truthfully, it's also one of those things where most people, when they retire here as hardcore, staunch Democrat, voting all the rest of the crap in kind of Marylanders, they leave. They don't stay here. They're like, oh, I'm retired. I know. I'll buy a house in Delaware, or I'll buy a house somewhere else, and I'll leave the suck that I created for everybody else in Maryland, and I go somewhere else for my retirement where I'm not going to get fisted up like crazy whenever I try to just do anything. But yeah, stridently, the Democrats in Maryland are marching in lockstep to further the Democrat agenda in Maryland. That's just how they roll, okay? There's nothing that's going to change up here because it is what it is, and that's how they are, and they're not going to stop being how they are. John Yost over on the Facebook side says, come to Hagerstown. The folks that get out of jail have no way home to their respective counties, and now we have a major overflow of homelessness and crimes and whatnot. Sad. Well, yeah, that's part of the problem, too, is you guys are also, like, in the panhandle. And he's talking about Hagerstown. It's like if you got from Washington, D.C., and you went north a little ways, and then you went straight west towards West Virginia and Pennsylvania, like the stub of it. There's the panhandle of Maryland where it kind of goes and tapers down, and there's like a triangle kind of on the point. And it's literally Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, and that little chunk of Maryland that's still left. I mean, literally, you could drive through like 3 states in about about half an hour. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, he's basically stuck literally, all the way out the end of Maryland, and that's what seems to be happening. Like he says, the homeless guys get stuck out there, and they're like, "Hey, there's no easy bus service to get back where we are, so we're gonna stay here and make the place suck." Yeah, that's what they're doing. Oh man, Hail Hydra or the Hail Hail Hydra. Oh man. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Patriot Fever and all the other guys in the room there. I mean, it literally is just, it's like the self-replicating Smith. I mean, they basically do stupid stuff and they try to insert some socialism and they're like, wow, this is so great. Socialism is amazing. This, that, and the other thing. And they don't realize, like the old Maggie Thatcher quote, socialism is great until you run out of other people's money. That's it, man. Bad juju. All right, so let me look over here and do something real quick and dirty and all good stuff like that there. I've had a lot of friends have birthdays over here on the Facebook side. Hopefully they are noticing the messages. I noticed that there's a lot of people that seem to be really hanging back on Facebook now, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, it is what it is, and I'll just basically leave my happy birthday message and hope they get it, because sometimes I just don't have their in real world IRL, or was it in real life? I really don't have their in real life contact information, but hopefully they're doing good on Facebook and good stuff like that there. But you do what you could do, and Facebook being Facebook, yeah, it's an unusually unique, scuzzy little animal, kind of like Google. Just you almost feel dirty when you use it. It's just like ugh. I need to take a shower after doing this. Anyway, let me catch you guys later. I'm going to break off on this one. Do be sure to check out my friends over Around the Cabin, aroundthecabin.com, aroundthecabin.com/campfire, Around the Cabin News, Around the Cabin Buy, Sell, and Trade, Around the Gardens Gate, Around the Cabin Medicinal Cannabis, good stuff like that there. I'm on Twitter as 80SPCC. Obviously, you guys are seeing me on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube being 80s Podcast Show, of course, Facebook being Dude Jerky 2. Until I figure out some way to grab Zuckerberg by the nuts, give him a twist and say, hey, man, give me back my main stuff. Give me all my stuff. I want my stuff back. Maybe I could just keep him, make him sleep with the fishes. That would be fun. Anyway, I'm going to break up this one, folks. Eat good, keep it tendering as always. You love it. And you guys hung out with me, so you got a gold star for attendance. Appreciate your kind attentions. And I'll catch you guys next week, and have a good one. See you guys. Button. I gotta find the stupid buttons now. Yeah, absolutely. Patriot Fever. Keep your powder dry.